Hey gang, Jesse here at EC Auto Repair. So wanting to have a quick discussion with you. Hang out in the shop. It's a little bit more comfortable environment out in the shop, but one of the questions that comes up is, and it always has to do with a lack of trust, is actually where this begins to start. But one of the questions that comes up is my mechanic told me I've got this expensive repair or repairs that's needed on my vehicle. I'm not exactly sure what to do. How do I go about getting a second opinion? And that's actually, there's two sides to every story. And so without getting into debate with you, let's just talk this out to see what both sides could look like, right? Does that make sense? So your side is perhaps I'm a female or perhaps I'm a male. It doesn't even matter your gender, but perhaps you're just not familiar with an automotive or the automotive industry. It's not your job to be familiar with it. It's your job to know how to drive it safely. It's your job to know somebody that can do good maintenance on it. And it's your job to know how to put fuel in it. All the rest of it needs to be left up to the professionals, right? But let's just put it this way. Say, for instance, that you went to a dentist or a vision doctor or just a healthcare provider, right? And they told you, oh, you need such and such surgery or whatever. And unless that lines up with what you're feeling and it makes sense, what they're telling you actually makes sense to the symptoms that you're feeling, then you're going to have complete and total trust in them, right? That, okay, the surgery or whatever it is, it needs to happen, and that's how I'm going to get the healing or to feeling better or whatever needs resolved, right? So where's the breakdown in trust when it comes to mechanics? So for instance, the other day I had a vehicle come in here that was towed in here and it would not move at all. So I picked it up off the side of the interstate with the wrecker. It would not move at all. When I picked it up, I observed there was a whole bunch of transmission fluid underneath the vehicle, right? The driver was well aware that the vehicle would not move on its own power at all. When I got the vehicle here, the codes that I had was transmission codes. I also observed an inordinate amount of transmission fluid on the underneath side of the vehicle where it had exited the transmission at some point, right? Even taking all the weight off of the tires, the vehicle still would not propel the tires even with no weight on them. I was able to 100% for sure conclude that this vehicle needed a transmission. We called the customer, relayed those findings to them. They was in 100% agreement, meaning they 100% trusted my findings, and they purchased the transmission from us, and we taken care of them. So, but what if you don't trust the mechanic? Well, first of all, there is options. You can settle up with the shop for whatever services you owe them for, the assessment fee or whatever. And if the vehicle don't run, you can have a tow truck pick it up and take it to a different shop that maybe you trust. However, there's added expense by paying for a second tow. It's actually just best to go to the shop and work it out with them. Like, help me understand how we got to the findings that we got to. You tell me you need an engine. I need an engine. Okay, great. Help me understand, how did we get to that? How did you draw that conclusion? What codes do we have? What test was done? Do we have foreign material in the coolant or in the oil or in the fuel? Do I need a whole engine or do I just need an engine repair? Like, all those are great questions to ask, and depending on how the technician or the shop navigates those questions, then you can have trust and confidence that everything's going to be okay. So I gave you a perfect example. This happened right here in this shop earlier this month. So we had a repair gone wrong on an oil pan change on a 2017 F-150 with a 3.5 liter in it. This oil pan repair should have resolved an oil pan leak. Instead, the technician did not follow proper procedure and he ended up burning the engine up in that vehicle because it was starving for oil because of an improper oil pan install. Full transparency, this is what happened. And this lady was very crucial. She loved this vehicle. She wanted it kept inside. And so now as this unexpected turn of events is happening, that she paid for an oil pan replacement. We replaced the oil pan, and now all of a sudden the shop has found itself in a position that the shop is paying for an engine. And so as we called her and tried to walk her through how that we had arrived to this horrible turn of events, she's like, I'm a woman and I don't understand cars. May I have someone call you and you can walk through the process with them. One of her friends called about an hour later, talked to my manager on the phone. He walked her through exactly what we was seeing, what we was dealing with, how we was going to handle the problem because it was 100% our fault. And he had confidence in, after visiting with my manager, that we was doing the stand-up right thing by her, that we was 100% taking care of her, and that she had nothing to worry about. When he called her and he told her that we was doing the absolute best thing we could for her at that time, then she was so ecstatic. Fast forward 2 weeks later, when she comes to pick up her vehicle after we've got the new engine installed in it, she was so in love with us by that point in time, she picked up cinnamon rolls on the way here for the whole crew. Not just for the technician that worked on the vehicle, but for every person in the shop, she picked up cinnamon rolls. The technician that worked on her vehicle, she literally gave him a hug. She was that ecstatic that we had taken care of her and her vehicle. And trust me, it was not a pleasant experience for the shop to go through that. But that's how she was able to divulge that we was a shop that she could trust. I have full confidence that this is the only shop that she's going to be bringing her vehicle to in the future, based on how we treated her when things just didn't go according to plan. So hope that helps. If you've got any thoughts or feedback or on how to get a second opinion, maybe even with the challenges I mentioned earlier, like the dentist or eye doctor, health doctor, family doctor, whatever, let me know. I'll see you in the next video.